For years, crypto traders used to make a lot of money by doing one very simple thing, and that was plotting out the Bitcoin halving cycle, buying right before the halving date and selling 18 months after that. And anyone that followed this pattern, well, they got filthy rich. But in this cycle, there have been some radical changes to the market structure. And with these changes, there is a chance that the halving cycle may not even be relevant anymore. And if this is true, then any trader that is still relying on the halving cycle charts may actually get completely wrecked.
This bull run is entirely different for a lot of different reasons. And the fact is, the consequence of that is that you're going to need an entirely different strategy if you want to make profits. This could be one of your last chances to fix things because, as Rand said, it's no longer a 4-year cycle. We see Bitcoin taking the lead right now, yes, but altcoins are not following. There are no profits that are trickling down from Bitcoin into altcoins in the way that we used to see. Therefore, this is an objective, a clear observation. It is time for a new strategy. But altcoin season isn't over just yet. In fact, it hasn't even started yet. For now, I have two strategies. One is specifically for Bitcoin, and one is going to be for altcoins. So we're differentiating here. We're going to deep dive. We're going to take a closer look at these two strategies in detail. I think they are more important than ever. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. I wish you all the best of luck if you choose to invest, whether that's strictly into Bitcoin or altcoins. And later in this video, stick around because if you're an American, we do have a solution for you that gives you what we like to say is the best of both worlds. We're also offering a $200 exclusive bonus program. This is also part of an actionable trading group. I'm going to share more details as the video progresses. Just keep in mind that I'm not a financial or investment advisor, and by extension, this video is not official financial or investment advice. Let's first take a look at the Bitcoin strategy, which is always very important. It's actually rather straightforward here, and I'm using two technical indicators. One is the 20-week simple moving average, or SMA. I kind of see this personally as an entry trigger. The second of those two indicators is the 50-week SMA. This is one that confirms the bull market for me. That's my point of view. Feel free to disagree, but that's how I see it. Now, the SMA shows the price of an asset over a certain period of time. In this case, we're looking at BTC. In general, if the price of an asset is above the trend line, you can expect more upward momentum. Whereas on the other hand, if the candle drops below the SMA trend line, we may see a price reversal. And currently, as long as Bitcoin stays above the 50-week SMA, or the equivalent of $86,500, we are still in a bull market, at least according to this indicator. In fact, you can consider anything above $97,700, that's the 20-week SMA, as a pretty good entry point when it comes to BTC. Now, Bitcoin, of course, also has other indicators that can help us with identifying altcoin season. One such indicator is the Bitcoin dominance chart. That's currently sitting at around 65%. And for altcoin season to officially kick off, as far as this metric is concerned, that would have to drop from 65 all the way down to the 55% region. That has not happened during the last year. And if we look at this chart here, we can clearly see that BTC is making new all-time highs for this year. So still, we did have a few mini alt seasons, which I'm going to get into shortly. A little bit anomalous, but worth discussing as well. The point here is that holding Bitcoin is an easy strategy. It's basically a no-brainer. Maybe you're in cryptocurrency for the altcoins, but we always adamantly recommend at least allocating some of your portfolio to BTC. It's very important, even if you're an altcoin diehard. Institutions are buying Bitcoin like crazy right now. That is one constant that we're seeing, one fundamental truth in an otherwise pretty crazy and volatile market. And as we always say, it's good, if nothing else, to follow the smart money. Many times I've discussed having BTC in your portfolio, including in this recent video about having an exit plan for this 2025-2026 crypto bull cycle. Check that one out if you haven't already. But in essence, once you take profits, rotate at least some of those back, that's my recommendation, into BTC. That is your store of value or your long-term saving account. Check out that video and look, just to sum it up, holding Bitcoin is definitely your safest play in this space. As you have seen these last few days and these last few weeks, we've been talking about slowly unveiling a new project that we're very proud of here at Altcoin Buzz. Check out the link in the description below. We're inviting all of our viewers to try it, to check it out. Once again, you can find the link and participate in the description below. Now we talk about the altcoin strategy. And when it comes to this strategy, we have to discuss first our high conviction altcoins. These are the altcoin projects that we're holding specifically for the long term. They're really second only to Bitcoin. Another popular strategy is to look for crypto gems. However, the playing field has changed a lot in this sector, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to get back to this in a moment, but the last strategy when it comes to altcoins, not the least necessarily, it depends on your profile as an investor, but there's the altcoin trading strategy. We're going to look at all of these one at a time. So again, high conviction plays, altcoin gems, and altcoin trading. Let's begin with the high conviction strategy. This is also the easiest part of at least the altcoin strategy here. I'm going to keep these coins for a long time if I'm putting funds, dry powder, into them. My portfolio only has a maximum of 8, maybe 9, maybe at most, depending on the day, 10 altcoins. In fact, the way that I kind of look at these portfolio altcoins is the fewer the better, basically. And these high conviction altcoins specifically are the ones that are going to come back strong once the alt season really hits. They're ideally in the top 30 or 40 or 50 by crypto market cap rank, but definitely in the top 100 by market cap. That is what I would hold personally. SUI, S-U-I, is my number one high conviction coin. We've been calling it potentially the next Solana or the Solana of the 2025 bull cycle for a lot of different reasons. We love this one. HBAR, HBAR, is the financial cross-chain lurker in the dark, some would say behind XRP. Quant, ticker QNT, this one's all about interoperability. Ondo, O-N-D-O, the undisputed leader in RWA or real-world assets. Hyperliquid, Hype, H-Y-P-E, the king of perps that really does keep performing. Chainlink, ticker Link, L-I-N-K, the infrastructure play that seemingly can pretty much do anything. And finally, as we covered yesterday, Avalanche, AVAX, for fast and low-cost dApps on custom blockchain networks. I would say be flexible and choose your own favorites. They don't have to be identical to this list that I've just presented, but keep a tight ship. Then you want to add another 5% per coin in your portfolio to these high conviction coins. If you are an American, then I'm talking to you because we found an exchange that gives you the best of both worlds. If you want to trade spot markets on over 400 trading pairs and without KYC, you can. If you want to trade perpetuals on over 150 trading pairs with KYC, that by the way accepts Americans as well as Canadians, you can do that as well. The only exchange we've seen in the market that lets you do both simple spot trading without KYC and perps trading with KYC that Americans can use is BYDFi. And they have a great new promotion going on right now where you earn more for depositing more money into your BYDFi account. This means that if you do not yet have an account, and maybe you've been thinking about getting one, now's the time. For the smaller traders out there, you can deposit up to $1,000 and get up to $200 as a bonus. If you're a whale watching this video, well, from deposits of $5,000 up to $20,000, you can earn as much as $2,000 in extra cash in your account to trade with. But then it gets even better because if you sign up for a new account, you can join this new Telegram group where BYDFi helps give you actionable news and trading signals. It's actually an exclusive trading signals group just for the Altcoin Buzz community. You get market analysis and news and trading signals specifically for swing trading or scalp trading if that's your thing. Here is an example of a rec from the swing trading group for the popular virtual token. You see here that it includes prices to take profits or set your stop loss if it moves against you, or this rec here for Solaire. And by the way, this is just one of many signals that you get daily from this exclusive group. So sign up for a BYDFi account today, earn extra cash in your account for doing so, and as a bonus, get access to this exclusive trading signals and news group. Deposit now and get your bonus. Check out the link that you'll find in the description of this video below. Now let's look at the second altcoin strategy that I want to highlight. This is the gems or the small cap altcoins out there, the kind of diamonds in the rough. But like I said, the playing field for gems or really small cap altcoins has changed. There are just too many projects out there. There's not enough liquidity. That's a whole different discussion. You can blame the likes of Pump.Fun or the meme coin craze, but there are just too many projects out there. So right now, I'm not touching them personally, not at this stage. Most of the small cap altcoins are bleeding when you compare them with Bitcoin. And also, by the way, the big caps. We covered this in yesterday's video at length. So the point is that if you buy these projects now, your portfolio is going to slowly bleed as well. This can last for months, so I would not advise it. Maybe you want to wait for the right moment, but maybe not. I want to go back and take a look again at the Bitcoin dominance chart. And if we look at the last 12 months here, we do see a few dips in terms of BTC dominance. That's when certain altcoins rally. Not all, but certain ones to be sure. In November of last year, President Trump was elected. The XRP versus SEC case, that came to an end, and we had the AI narrative that was actually doing very well at the time. However, that faded, the exuberance dissipated, and Bitcoin dominance took over again. In April and May 2025, we saw BitTensor come up. Virtuals and Hyperliquid, they also had a good run, but this also fizzled out with new developments and geopolitical tensions, the Iran war, and I'm sure there are going to be different takes here, different interpretations. But my lesson here, my takeaway, is that it's probably best to buy those altcoin gems once the alt season is getting into cruise control. That's when the gems are going to have a good chance to pop, and in all likelihood, there will be a select number of gems that will really thrive. The fact that there are too many coins right now hasn't changed, so you just need to be more discriminatory. You need to pick wisely. And finally, the third altcoin strategy is to trade altcoins. It's pretty straightforward. I'd keep this simple if I were you. Maybe 10% of your portfolio can go into this strategy. It's all short term, by the way. Don't hold these coins for more than 2 weeks. There's no need to get emotionally attached to these coins. And I would also preface this whole discussion and say that if you're technically minded, you're capable, you're familiar with the interfaces, then this is probably something that you want to try with perhaps up to 10% of your portfolio. But if you're not that kind of person, then you can forget about this strategy altogether. The idea here is to trade these very short-term projects to make a maximum profit over a short period of time. And that's how you're treating them. You're not falling in love with anything. You exit quickly. Whenever there's a trend that dies, you're out. You take your profits. You don't look back. You can use trailing stop losses to keep the market from moving against you too quickly, too much at one time. But the whole point here is that you're being very vigilant. You're being hyper alert, and you're managing your risk. Finally, here I want to point out some triggers that you can keep an eye out for. These influence my return into altcoins. So first of all, Bitcoin dominance shows a confirmed trend reversal. Global liquidity turns back up. The Federal Reserve pauses QT and QE. The ETH BTC, the SOL BTC, and the XRP BTC pairs break out at the same time. And finally, altcoin narratives align with macro catalysts. Let me know in the comments below among these strategies which one works for you. It's not necessarily a list that you have to follow comprehensively, but you can pick and choose. I would certainly recommend the first 3, if not the last altcoin trading strategy. Also, be sure to join our discussion, guys. You can find us on X and on Discord. I will include those links in the description below.